The landfall process as far as Cyclone Remal is concerned has begun. Cyclone Remal has made a landfall on the Bangladesh coast. In fact, adjoining areas of Bengal will also be impacted. The landfall process will continue for the next 3 to 4 hours. This as both Bengal and Tripura as well as some other northeastern states also bracing for Cyclone Remal. NDTV is reporting from the eye of the storm. Saurabh Gupta is joining us live. So Saurabh, the landfall process has begun.
That's right, it has begun, and there are very strong winds at this point, though, the rains seem to have come down a bit, but it picks up and suddenly, there's a spike in the rain and the wind speeds, and then it falls again. And that's perhaps how cyclones work. But obviously here at this point, we are in this, at 24, South 24 Parganas, Bokhali, and just for a bit it has calmed down. This tree was shaking violently, but, just briefly it has perhaps become a little still. And of course, it's picking up as the cyclone reaches. But obviously, it seems that the cyclone is curving further, towards that side as it makes landfall. And states like Tripura also are on alert. Now, what are the precautions that have been taken in West Bengal because of the speedy winds that are expected? 110 to 120 kilometers per hour winds. Gusting at 135 kilometers per hour. Also, as a result of this, flights from Kolkata have been suspended. There is also a suspension of operations at Kolkata port. Barge and container operations have been suspended. Local train services towards these areas, South 24 Parganas, Hasnabad, all of that has been suspended. Also, ferry services in these areas, inland waterways have been suspended. People have been asked not to venture out, and you see the wind has picked up again. Just as I was saying, it's one moment it's a little calm, and then suddenly, the wind picks up. And if I ask my camera person to show you, it's picked up now, and again, of course, slowing down. And that's how this landfall process will continue. As it, as it completes, the wind is likely to pick up further. And also, what we know is that people have been advised to stay indoors. Power supply has been cut to these areas because there is a fear of power lines snapping and people being electrocuted. So that is one precaution that the authorities have taken. There's a centralized control room that has been set up, and district control rooms as well that are monitoring the situation as the cyclone makes landfall. Cyclone Remal has, started making landfall, and this, of course, is going to affect the Sundarbans areas and also areas of Bangladesh and further on northeastern Tripura, where also alerts have been sounded, as my colleague Ratnadeep has been reporting from that side. But the wind's really picking up now here as we speak in South 24 Parganas of West Bengal. We were in Bokhali, which is one of the southernmost tips of the state, and obviously here too we are seeing the cyclonic activity now pick up and intensify.
All right, so winds picking up speed there as the landfall process has begun. Saurabh, both you and Anirudh Tripathi, our camera person, stay safe as the cyclone activity picks up. But the impact is going to not be confined only to Bengal. It's of course going to extend well beyond West Bengal. Northeastern states will be impacted as well, particularly Tripura. There is a red alert in Tripura. Schools have been closed. Flight operations thrown out of gear as well. My colleague Ratnadeep Chaudhary reports.
That's right. In fact, if you look at the trajectory which the storm is following at this moment, after the landfall, it is going to hit West Bengal and Bangladesh, and therefore the northeastern state of Tripura has already issued a red alert for its 4 out of its total 8 districts which shares its borders with Bangladesh. Also, Tripura has, as a precautionary measure, closed its schools for tomorrow and day after. All the flights between capital Agartala and Kolkata remain suspended in the first hour of the day and will only resume if once the storm passes away, the cyclone passes away. Also remember, across northeast tomorrow there are places, there are states, particularly Meghalaya, Assam and Tripura, which are on red alert issued by Met Department for extremely heavy rainfall. Also there is the orange alert till day after tomorrow for entire northeast for heavy rainfall along with thunder shower and also winds more than 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. So therefore, in fact, there are 8 to 9 flights which have been already cancelled between Guwahati and Kolkata. Remember, Kolkata is a major airport for east and northeast, and therefore with the suspension of operation at Kolkata airport, the flight operations right from tonight till the first half of tomorrow at least will remain disrupted, not only in Kolkata but entire eastern India, and more so in northeast, because early morning there are a lot of flights between different places of northeast and Kolkata. And in fact all the state governments in northeast, already Tripura government has sounded an alert. Assam State Disaster Management Authority is monitoring the situation. Meghalaya government is also closely monitoring the situation, given the fact that Meghalaya also shares its borders with Bangladesh, and therefore now northeast is bracing for heavy rainfall after Cyclone Remal hits makes a landfall and actually proceeds beyond the borders of Bangladesh towards northeast India.